smiling face. Be what you wanna be. Make up the memory. It's virtual reality.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and this is Coffee and VR, your VR podcast. Thank you for joining us. And huge shout out to South Memphis
Right.
with 2 super chats, man.
Before we even started, I literally came back upstairs with my coffee and I was like, what the world? I saw the chat. I was like, that's awesome. So
I guess it sounds like maybe you can't watch us live, but we really appreciate you popping in. As always, it's so great to see you. And I really need my coffee, man. I've been craving this so bad.
I got some good stuff again. I got one in my mug and then a to-go cup from this Great Harvest Bakery company. Their lattes are so good. I've been loving them.
Huh. Interesting.
So much. But a bunch of people in chat. We got Steve XM, VR, Vert Chill VR, Spry Guy, Death Tune, Willie G, Doug Black, Chad Williams, Derry Lynn, Hussein X, whole kinds of people. So Les Marswick, awesome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what have you been playing this week? What has been going on in your
I've
world?
been diving into way too much stuff this week. I have way too much new stuff in front of me, way too many cool new games that have been out. I don't know. For me, I've been playing a little bit of everything. I mean, if you guys didn't see, we did stream some Contractors. So we jumped back into Contractors, played the new maps, which were absolutely beautiful.
So many good Call of Duty maps. I love the lighting. The lighting blew my mind in that. Oh,
I know.
It was so good.
I know. Favela has had that lighting in too, and that it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's literally, you have to see them. If you've played Call of Duty maps back in the day, please check it out. We've also been playing Star Wars, obviously. I mean, come on. I mean, who has
Star Wars shirt on? Rizzle Rock, thank you.
Right? Riz,
Chase
cheers,
the super
man.
chat.
Cheers, bro. Yeah.
Probably more super chats received from him over the years, probably than anybody, honestly. But,
seriously.
Yeah.
So I mean, between Star Wars, Contractors, Pop One, which we'll get into all that stuff. Somebody just said Pop One is still rad. It is.
So good.
And they're changing that game up more than we've seen with most games in general, even flat games. So we'll get into that as well.
Yep.
I've got my G2 sitting here.
Yeah, Tyler's G2 arrived Thursday? Sometime Thursday. Yeah,
it was Thursday during the day. Yep. And I came back and on my step, and Strawn wanted to stream, and I'm like, I kind of want to have that honeymoon period with it. I like to dive into stuff as it's kind of intended. So we'll get into that too.
Yep.
But
and it was a double whammy for you because Star Wars came out and your G2 came on the same day, and you can't play Star Wars on the G2. So it was like, it was a hard choice. But I played a bunch of stuff this week. Played some Tarzan. That was pretty cool. It was kind of like a cheesy, funny kind of a thing. It was, not a real long game, but it was fun. It was interesting, and it is going to be like an episodic thing where the next, they're going to come out with episodes, and it was pretty cool. A little bit cheesy, but kind of humorous and funny at times, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything that I would rant and rave about, I don't think, but it was kind of cool. And then I obviously played some Star Wars that we're going to get into, and Population 1, though, talking about that, I mean, it just keeps making me want to go back. Like even last night, I had a little bit of time, so I hopped into Star Wars for a little bit, and I was like, man, I haven't seen the new update in Population 1. I haven't seen the Harvest Havoc or whatever they're calling it. I was like, I got to jump in there and check that out. So I ended up playing some Population 1 last night, and they just keep doing so well with things that are coming out every week that keeps making me want to go back in, which is, I think, what a multiplayer game needs to do. They need to have that new content all the time to get people in there, and they're doing a good job at that. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, they are. And I just can't believe how fast. That's what blows my mind, how fast they're coming out with these updates. And you can really tell they're wanting to build the longevity of this game.
Right.
And they're going to keep rolling stuff out. It's not like they finished it, pushed it to the public, and they're going to roll updates out. They are really pushing this game to the next level, and I love that. I really do.
Spry Guy said, did you notice Anthony's voice on the radio in Tarzan? I did do that. Like, you can smash the boxes and stuff, and there was a radio there, and I went to smash. I was like, wait a minute, like I know that voice. So it was Anthony on there. I was like, so that was really cool. That was a pretty cool thing to see in there. I guess there's like maybe 3 different rants segments throughout the game and stuff. So it's pretty cool. You can kind of like a little Easter egg. You can go to find those. But that was really cool. That was probably my highlight of the game, to be
We love Easter eggs, man.
Yeah,
it
was really cool.
Really
so I did notice that.
Yeah, but I mean, and we'll get into an Easter egg about Pop 1 too, which we think maybe we've
let's talk about
as well.
Population
I know,
One.
because
The latest update is the maze and all that kind of stuff outside of the maze and the pumpkins and all of that, the fall harvest kind of a thing. And the maze is really cool. There's a bunch of hay bales spread out throughout, but you can see it's an actual legitimate maze in the farmland. I love
like flying over in the pod and looking down the first time, because I flew right over it the first time and it was so cool.
And this is what we want to talk a little bit about. You and J-Ham told me about this, and I was like, I could go in there and check that out. And it basically looks like they're harvesting energy cores at the gas station. What is going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know. From the look of it, I mean, we start looking around the map and looking what stuff correlates with it. And to us, it feels like there's some type of energy in this world we're on, or wherever under the earth or somewhere, that they're harvesting in these cores. And you can see it looks like there's some type of place where you put these almost, or it looks like that has happened. Yeah, and there's a trail, like a power trail, that goes all the way inside the building, and then there's like a pod in there, which we're really curious what's going to happen with these, or what they're plugging. You know what I mean?
I had some Half-Life Alyx feels from that, with the way that some of the energy runs through Half-Life Alyx and the way you were connecting circuits and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know what they're doing with it, and it was just a real short clip, so if you missed that, it'll play back through probably. And you see, so for the week they had where you were finding the energy cores, it was those red energy cores hidden all throughout the map. And in the back side of the gas station, you see the emptied out core. So you see the shell of the energy core, but there's no red actual energy core in there. And then you see it feeding that machine. And so they could do so many
cores, or it's filling the pods, the little square pods, one or the other. We don't know.
I don't know. The ones that were sitting out back to me looked like they were used up and like kind of busted up, broken, like they were old. I don't know. So I think they have a lot of plans for this game that I think is really cool. So each week, it seems like every Thursday, there's a new update that rolls out. And this one is what's going on? This one is so you get skins if you rank up in like the top 20% after a week is what it is, or 30%.
Correct. It's like 10 days, I think, is what this one runs for. And if you rank up on the leaderboards over a certain percent, and I forget what the first one starts at, maybe 70%, which is like bronze or something. And then you move up to silver, gold, platinum, diamond, up and above.
Right.
And the top one is 20%. So we've been hustling, and I'm assuming it's over the full time. I think it's after the 10 days at the end where you stand is what you earn, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it shows, if you see I guess you can't see those guns, which is, you can see the skin. So it's almost too bad you don't earn an actual body skin instead of a gun skin, because other people actually see those, so you could tell if they were a higher ranked player.
I think that is weird. That I do wish that the gun skins that you buy or earn or whatever, that other players could see those, because then that gives more appreciation for it. You know what I mean? Instead of you being the only one that sees the gun skin. I think that is kind of weird. Maybe a little bit of an opportunity that they could.
Shane in chat said top 20 is diamond, which that's the top tier percentage, which I'm right at the cusp of at the moment, but I've only played about 4 games.
Yeah, so. I've only played yesterday on the new update. And honestly, if it wouldn't have been for this update, I would have only played Star Wars yesterday, and I wouldn't have played. But because of this, like they're doing a good job at bringing people back in because of this. That is why I went back into Population 1. I played with J-Ham for a little bit. And I saw somebody, OG Warrior keeps asking about our favorite VR headset and controller. And I'm actually going to get into that later, because we're going to talk about the G2, Tyler's experience with the G2, my experience over the week instead of just a couple hours from last show. And I might put Tyler on the spot of if he had a gun to his head, he could only own one headset, which one would it be? So I'll give him some time to think about that. But we're going to get into that in a little while. I don't want to get into it yet.
That's a weighted question. Yeah. That's not fair.
I think I know my answer, but we'll get into that kind of stuff. So we are going to get into that stuff a little bit later. But yeah, Population 1 is killing it. I mean, everybody that I know that is playing Population 1 is having a lot of fun with it. They're doing an excellent job on updates. A lot of concern about having to buy gun skins and character skins in the game. They're giving a lot of that stuff away for just playing the game, which I think is really cool. Yep. And if you want to buy it, you can. You don't have to. There's no other benefit other than people seeing your character skin.
One of the funnest things I have in it as well is going in and getting paired up with people you don't know, randoms, which happens all the time. If you go in by yourself, you're going to get paired up with randoms. I think it's so cool to see people's reactions all the time, that this is their first game, first headset, and you hear them like, oh my gosh, I can climb this. Yeah. Oh, I can do this. I can fly. Like, that is such a cool feeling to experience that with people. Right. You know what I mean? Like, we've all gone through it. Everyone probably watching probably has a VR headset. But to find those people that's like that genuine first experience is so cool to be in there with.
I mean, I've heard a ton of people in Population 1 saying it's their first game they've ever played, first time they've played VR. It happens all the time. So it's definitely a system seller, I think. People are buying headsets because of this game. And I think a lot of that is probably the younger generation too. This is getting a lot of the younger generation into it. Even my nephew, you know, he loves playing this game, you know, and his friends were over, they were playing this game. They also play a lot of the Echo VR, which I'm just terrible at that game, but they really like it. He's really good at it. My nephew.
A lot of people like it. It gives you that out of body experience, like something you can't do, you know what I mean, normally. So I like it for that purpose. It's not one I go to, but I mean, I still find myself falling back into Pop 1, man.
Yeah, it's addictive. It is highly addictive. Highly recommend this game if you are into shooter games, or even if you're not into shooter games. Because I mean, so many people like Fluke and stuff have said, you know, they're not big into the shooter games, but they love this game, and I don't know what it is. So yeah, I think it's cool. I can't wait to see what the next update is. I want to know what they're harvesting and why they're harvesting energy. I want to know what's going to happen. So
I know. Lemma in chat said, "Did they even have motion sickness if it's their first game?" And actually,
I've never heard anybody say that.
I don't either. I've never heard somebody go, "Whoa, I can't do this," or you know, it's making me nauseous or anything. I don't know why. I don't know why in this game it doesn't. Maybe because of I don't know, because your arms are out and you're using them to fly, so it gives you some
That's been terrible for me. Playing Tarzan, you can like jump off of things and swing. Constantly, I stick my arms out. Every time in VR, I jump off of something now, I stick my arms out. And I feel so stupid because I'm like, that doesn't do anything unless you're in Population 1. But it has trained me to stick my arms out thinking I can fly every time I jump off of something. So that's pretty terrible. But even talking about motion sickness, even Me Waters plays this game in our Discord. You know, she talks about it, and she suffers from motion sickness and doesn't have an issue playing this game. So I don't know what it is, but they did something right.
And little pro tip, they did patch the light poles, by the way.
Yeah, but there's still a couple other things they didn't patch.
Don't give. You're not supposed to tell people those things.
I won't say anything.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Terrible.
But yeah, it's an awesome game. I'm so glad people are loving playing it as well as us.
And if you guys are on and see us on, or you want to join us in playing, join the Discord.
Yeah,
head over to Pop 1 section in there, and we'll add you to the list if you guys want. Just let us know.
I saw Paradise Decay mentioned in chat for new people that are getting the Quest. You can get a free copy to Asgard's Wrath, which is awesome and weird all at the same time, because Asgard's Wrath, if you don't know, is a PC VR title, not a Quest game. So they are giving away a PC VR title when you buy a Quest, which I think is strange.
I don't find it horribly strange, because my guess is what they're wanting to do is you to buy Link, and they want you to have both softwares running. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is that my thought is a lot of people are going to be getting Quests for holiday season, right? Most of those people probably don't have a gaming PC, and Oculus isn't really in the department of selling gaming PCs. You know what I'm saying? So it almost seems like they're just giving this away because, you know, they own the company that makes the game, and it's just almost like they're giving something away that'll never be redeemed in many cases, I think. You know,
and that could be and that could be weird. But at the same time, it does branch people into the PC platform. So buying games on their store that, you know, are PC sided only. So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's cool either way. I think it would be nice, and I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it would be nice if people could give this code away if they don't plan on getting a gaming PC. But I think it's probably going to be linked to your account, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. But it's an excellent game. I mean, it's an awesome PC VR title. So if you do get a Quest and you are looking at getting into a gaming PC, getting this title for free is great. So
I'm at least glad we're seeing some giveaways of free games right now, you know, leading up into the holiday season, because a lot of times they tighten their reins too.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a sale on the Quest 2 headset itself this year. It's too early, and it's already so cheap.
Not on the headset.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see some more
of a winter sale.
Yeah, they'll do some game sales, I think, and stuff like that. But I think this is cool. I think it's cool that that this is something they're doing. So
Chad Williams in chat brought it up, which I wanted to mention too, that Elite Dangerous is free on Epic Game Store.
Epic Game Store.
Yeah, which is awesome. Which is a great game, especially for free. It's an amazing game. You can lose yourself in. You have to have a little bit. I don't know. You got a little motion sickness in it. I think
that wasn't that. You said that last time too. No, it was that other flight game that we had to ask everybody what it was. I've never had motion sickness.
Eve Valkyrie.
Eve Valkyrie. Yeah, it was just the first. That was one of the first games I played, and the flight and flipping around and stuff gave me a little bit. But Elite Dangerous isn't like a crazy flying game where I don't feel like where you're doing crazy maneuvers and stuff. But I haven't spent as much time in Elite Dangerous as you. It was never. I never wanted to take the time to learn Elite Dangerous, and it just seems so slow paced to me. But I know people love the game. I mean, there's so many people that have spent tons of time in Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
You know,
it's easy.
It's an awesome game.
Yeah.
It was just never something that really I loved. But you are still waiting on version 23 of Link, right? What is up with that? Anybody else still waiting on that?
I think I'm going to start doing some power cycles here, maybe to hope to catch one.
You can try that. And there is a way to do it through side quests and stuff, but I didn't really want to do that. I finally did get my update last week, and I was playing around with it. There's only so many titles natively on the Quest that are going to run at 90 hertz right now, but they're all there's going to be a lot more coming. All the developers are going to be updating for that, I think. And it looks good. I mean, I can't say that I noticed a huge difference running native on 90 hertz than 72. But some people are more susceptible to frame rate than other people, and I guess I'm not necessarily one. But it looked really good. But
I thought it would bother me, you know, in the early days when we, you know, had all these different hertz ratings coming out for headsets. I was like, oh yeah, you know, Index, I'm gonna love the 120. I don't actually notice that big of a difference, but on like an LCD TV, I do.
Yeah.
But for some reason in VR, I don't notice it as much. So for me, I'm not that, you know, pushed to have to update. If I needed it, I would try and do it.
I mean, I still prefer.
Reckoner just said that he just got his today. So maybe if I do a power cycle here today, I'll get it hopefully.
So I'm talking about that a little bit though, and talking about Asgard's Wrath and stuff. I want to talk about the PC Link capabilities with version 23, and that was one of the main things I was excited about was you know, to be able to upgrade everything about the Link settings, and it saved you know, it saved that way. So you can go into Link under devices on your Oculus app or whatever on your computer, and you can change from 72, 80, and 90 hertz. You can also change the resolution. And the resolution completely cranked. They said that the reason the numbers are what they are is because that is what the 1-to-1 ratio is for running Link. So they said it's 5,408 by 2,736 combined eyes. Said this isn't a random number we picked for Quest 2. It is a number that achieves 1-to-1 app-to-display ratio. And Alakazam at work, stopping by to show some love. Here's Quest 3 Fun 2021. Keep up the good work. New Star Wars is amazing.
Hey, at this rate, it will be 21.
It might be. It might be. We could get a Pro. We could get a Quest 2 Pro in 2021. I wouldn't be too surprised. I really wouldn't. You know, some color pass-through. They start doing a whole bunch more AR stuff with it. I wouldn't be surprised. But getting back to Link, so I was messing around with these settings, and you can also still change the bitrate encoder in Debug Tool.
320? What was it? It's something ridiculous.
So you can go up pretty high. I think Oculus says there's diminishing returns after 250. I ran it at 350, and I went ahead and cranked my resolution all the way up. So I cranked the slider all the way up to 5,408 by 2,736. And it ran pretty good. I'm running a 2080 with an i7, and it looked nice. I mean, it looked good in the Quest 2 running through Link. I'm sure I was dropping some frames here and there depending on the game and stuff, but it was usable.
My thought is, though, I don't think going over that 250 is going to do anything because there's a limit on the bandwidth that it'll carry, right?
Yeah.
That the actual headset and the ports and stuff will receive. And that's what should be limited at I thought it was like 240, but maybe it is 250. But wouldn't that be limited by that? I mean, I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So
but
I'm trying to read. I know
somebody in chat may know cables and that situation a little better than I do because I try not
back
to
in May, John Carmack said something about the default bit rate is 150 megabytes per second. And a lot of people are saying not recommended to go over 250, but the maximum that you can set it to is 500. You can go up to 500 megabytes a second. And some people were saying that they saw a difference between 250 to 350. I just went ahead and put it at 350 because I just wanted to see if it was even going to run. You know, with everything maxed out, if it was even going to be usable. And it was. I mean, and it looks really good. I mean, I think the biggest downfall of the Quest as a PC VR headset is the lenses. To me, I don't love the lenses of the Quest 2. The sweet spot is so small. You know, using the G2, that you have a very big sweet spot and really nice lenses.
Like, I don't mind the sweet spot, but I mind the adjustment of the lenses. If it's a tight sweet spot, give us a range of adjustments. If they're super wide, then okay, you don't. It's covered.
Well,
but
my problem
they're not.
My problem so much is the sweet spot up and down, because when I play and the headset moves,
I know.
like I have to crank it down kind of tight to keep that sweet spot from moving. That's like one of my main. But I mean, the Quest 2 is such a good headset. I love the Quest 2. It's great for especially for Population 1. I prefer to play Population 1 on the Quest 2. No wires, nothing. Throw it on and play. I can play it any room in the house. You know.
Yep. I agree.
It's a great headset, but I mean, if you're looking to get a PC for your Quest 2 and you can get a stout PC, it's gonna look really, really good. I mean, it's gonna look.
Yeah. And now's the time to do that, man.
Yeah, very nice. It really is the
time to do that. Yep. It really is. Oh yeah. Cheers.
Is the G2 worth $300 more plus 2,000 PC to run it? I'd rather get PSVR because of the titles. Thoughts?
Oh man.
We're going to get into a lot of G2 stuff later.
Right.
I think the G2 is an excellent headset. I think it's some of it is going to be based off of what games you like to play.
Yeah, I would agree.
But for the price, I mean, the G2 is, I think it's priced pretty well at $599 for the G2, for that resolution and stuff. I don't know. The hard part is if you don't already have a gaming PC. That's where things get tricky, I think.
Right. I agree. And that's what he's saying. Like, you know, plus the 2,000, you know, now you're talking a lot of extra money.
Yeah.
So
compared to a Quest 2, I mean, if you're just getting into VR, it's hard to not recommend going out and getting a Quest 2 and then upgrading PC and everything else later.
If I'm comparing though PlayStation to a Quest 2 or a G2, I feel like if you like console-based stuff, a Quest is a better way to go. Like, it's all included. You don't have to leave the store. There's no fumbling. It's all auto updates.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a better transition, and then you can go to a PC. Yeah. I feel like it's a stepping stone. Yeah. I feel like if you want top-of-the-line PC, though, you are going to be investing in a well over $2,000 PC, because if you want a G2 or an Index and you want to max everything out, you're going to have at least that. So, I don't know. It's a big jump.
PSVR is tough right now because, you know, the PSVR headset itself is kind of outdated now. So I really want that PSVR 2. I think once PSVR 2 comes out, that's going to change everything. I think once we get a PSVR 2 with the PlayStation 5, once the PlayStation 5 console is more readily available, I think that could potentially change the whole game. I think it's going to be a whole new conversation we're having once all of that is out. I think. But
I know. We'll dive into that a little later, though.
And also Shane said Quest 2 works insanely well as a PCVR headset with virtual desktop, which is another thing. I mean, to be able to play PCVR wirelessly. I mean, I've played the Quest 2 more than I ever played the Quest 1, I think, already. And I'm getting used to being wireless now, and sometimes it is hard to go back to the wired now. Wireless is a big benefit in VR, I think.
But even the native games on Quest 2 are amazing right now. Like,
they are. They look really good.
Like,
I mean, they look
the visuals,
they look good.
The game,
and they're just going to keep getting better. They're going to keep getting better and better. I'm telling you. I mean, already with the 90 hertz update and everything else. Talking about virtual desktop, let's get into that a little bit, because there is a big update for virtual desktop. They have lowered the the latency. So they've lowered the latency in this new update by 10 milliseconds when you're streaming VR games from compared to previous versions, which is fantastic. The lower latency, obviously we know that's going to be better. There's a couple new background, like home environments. This is one of them here. It's like a urban apartment kind of thing. It looks really cool, actually. I mean, this looks like a space I would love to hang out in. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Exactly.
So there's a modern apartment available in 3 different ambiances. The city landscape in the background is animated, which creates a very unique experience. And then the 10 millisecond update. New performance overlay option has been added to the streaming tab. Once enabled, it will show you the frame rate, total motion to photon latency, and a breakdown of the latency for various pieces of the pipeline. Should help diagnose issues with your setup. And also update fixes compatibility with Stormland and The Climb and a few other titles.
Yeah, it does work so well. It really does.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys haven't, you have to try it. You really do.
I mean, I don't even have the best Wi-Fi, and it works really good for me even. I mean, some titles worked better than others and stuff, and other people are going to have, you know, better internet router, wireless routers and stuff than me, but it's a great way to play PC VR games. I mean, it's really a game changer with the Quest 2. I mean, it works so well with the Quest 2, I feel like, compared to what I experienced with the first Quest.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, really good way to do it. I mean, if you haven't tried wireless PC VR with virtual desktop, it's a great program. Absolutely phenomenal program.
Yep, it really is. Yeah, it's I have been working on some stuff too, and I need to jump back on this, but I'm not super great. I'm very good at networking, but when it comes to the nitty gritty stuff on PC, I've installed, I'm just going to throw it out there, a Wi-Fi 6 card on my PC, right? And I have it directly connected to my Quest 2. just for the fact of if somebody doesn't have, let's say, a very high performing modem, right? Like you don't have a very fast modem or you're always wired. You can install a Wi-Fi 6 card and hotspot it, direct Wi-Fi connection right to your headset.
Yeah.
And I do have that working, but I'm missing my internet pass through from the PC that's hardwired. And that's the point at where I'm struggling a little bit. So I do need to figure that out on my end. And I think once I have that working, it's a super cheap, simple, easy way to have a very fast connection for virtual desktop. And I'm talking, 1,200 megabytes a second connection, which is amazing. It's super fast. Even at 450, it's great. But pushing that 1,200 is just unbelievable.
I still think Oculus is going to do something official too. I do believe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Mark my word, they're going to do something official. They're working on it. I think they're. The bad thing is they'll probably try to push out Guy Godin's virtual desktop because they've already, once he did this wireless streaming back on the first Quest, they kicked that.
They stopped it.
Yeah, they stopped that option, and now you have to go through side quests to do it, which stinks. But yeah, I mean that was one of the main reasons a lot of people downloaded virtual desktop originally. So Maximum in the Hormone said, with the G2, you are not required to have a Facebook account. The devil is in the details of the Oculus privacy policy. Notice none of the reviewers get into that, but it's true. I mean, we've talked about that a bunch. I mean, the privacy policy and stuff and the Facebook crap, it's all garbage and it sucks. The problem is that they did such a good job on the Quest 2. It's hard to not
pros
love.
versus cons. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but it sucks. I mean, I don't think anybody really necessarily likes what Facebook is doing. It bothers some people more than others. I don't love it. I've never even liked Facebook. You know what I mean? But it is one of those things you have to consider, and I don't blame anybody for not wanting a Quest 2 because of the Facebook stuff. If that's their decision,
I don't like it either.
I don't blame them at all. So I mean, that is something you have to weigh into your decision making process for sure. But
I agree. I do not like that they're not transparent with all of their I mean, they are transparent. Like, who's going to read the 200-page document?
Right.
But I just
it's garbage. There's a lot of stuff in there that's super shady. I mean, their business practices are not up to they're not up.
No,
to
and I've said there needs to be some type of forward thought on your legislation. At least. Yeah, and it's not going to be global, obviously, but at least in the States or UK or wherever.
We also need a competitor. Quest 2 needs a competitor. True. I mean, competition is good for any market. We need a Quest 2 competitor. It's really hard to compete with somebody that has that much money and that much pool and already a big library of games and funding games and a price tag of $299.
Gear's coming for them, man.
Well, that's not wireless. That's not standalone. I know, it can be wireless, but it's not standalone. Right. FF Frank said you got to go into the properties of your internet connection and look under the sharing tab. Share it with the name of the hotspot connection.
Wait. Okay. You got a property internet connection because I've been trying to work on this sharing tab. Yeah, I've tried this and I have tried this, but for some reason I'm not getting the full pass through of it with the sharing, and I don't know why.
Yeah, and Chad Williams said virtual desktop with 1,200 megabyte per second is flawless.
I agree, but then MainFan just said that 1,200 it wasn't good. He wasn't happy with it,
really?
But I'm okay with it even running at 450, and I seem to have a pretty good. So I don't know what the issue is there. He could have some I've heard there's like some firewall issues that can happen at times, or like built into the routers and stuff like that. But yeah.
Shane Snowden said, it sucks, but turns out to me my privacy is worth about $300 USD.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers,
that made me laugh.
Jablo.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So I mean, and Helios said, how good is the virtual desktop quality for the Quest 2?
It's great,
yeah,
man.
It really is good. And a lot of it depends on, obviously, your internet and a bunch of other factors. Yes. But for the most part, everybody seems to have a pretty good experience with it. Everybody I've talked to seems to have. I mean, it's very usable. It's really good. And, like, for me, it's been different per game. Some games work better than other games, but yeah, I mean, it's I was impressed. Like when I first put it on, I was like, there's no way that this is really wirelessly coming to my headset this good right now. That was my first impression when I first tried it. Like I thought I still had a wire connected somewhere, and I was like,
and the first time I tried it, I actually wanted to try it farther from my router. A lot of people are like, oh, you have to be close to it. You have to be close. And I have I think it's a 2900 AC Nighthawk, which is a good router. And it worked amazing, and I was not close by any means. I was a story even away, and it worked great. So I was blown away the first time, I think, doing that. So it's well worth it to try. Doesn't really cost you much. I mean, what is it? What's virtual? 29? Is it 29 bucks?
It's like $20 or something, isn't it?
20 bucks?
Is it?
I thought it went up. I think it used to be. I think it went
now.
up to 25 or something.
Yeah, I bought it so long ago. I don't even know. So you do have to use SideQuest. You just download the patch on SideQuest too. It's really easy if you haven't done SideQuest yet. I know a lot of people seem to be kind of scared of using SideQuest.
Once you do it once and set it up,
it's super easy. It's really easy.
Yep.
So FF Frank said if you're using a VPN, that will cause the problem. I don't know the solution for that. I'm still trying to figure it out. So what are you laughing at? What did I miss?
One of the comments, it has to be a misspell, but it's amazing. It says, I played Meat Saber in my car. I hope that's a typo because I don't know what the real Meat Saber would be.
Yeah, I don't know. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
Main fan said $20. So
is it 20? Okay, I thought it went up, but that's awesome. But highly recommend it. Yeah, super
for
good.
Sure.
Yep.
So I did want to mention that because these things sold out like crazy quick. VR Cover has their silicone covers back in stock. They now have a red option that you can do for some, make it look a little bit better, a little more customized. The cool thing about that is that I talked to them and they said that they have plans to do a lot of different colors. So it's not just going to be red. It is just the gray and the red for right now. But they have plans for more colors. And I think that's great because everybody wants to customize their headset a little bit, make it a little bit of their own. I know my wife would want a pink one. I hope that they do this with the pleather covers as well, because that's still my preferred way. I still the silicones are great for comfort. It's less itchy, it doesn't soak up the sweat, and it's more hygienic to clean down. But I hope they do that with the pleather covers too. But
no, I think it's awesome. The more customization, the more accessories, the more stuff. I think it's just going to sell headsets even more. I mean, people see these customized headsets with, the vinyl skins on it, with the eyes or whatever.
Yeah, Death
people are like,
is pretty cool.
yeah, and it's like, it's just cool to see. Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think customized, because nobody wants everything to just look the same as everybody else's.
Absolutely not.
And if you have a household with a couple of them, it's good to grab, know which one you're grabbing real quick. But
that's true too. I just want to know, Alakazam in chat said Starlink, I got 50 megabytes per second. Did you get Starlink? Because I debated getting it to try it, the beta. The early stuff. I really am curious. Which I know you know what that is, right, Sean?
No.
The Elon Musk wireless.
Oh, okay,
yeah. The stuff started rolling out for the early, and I was really tempted to just try it, even though I don't need it. But I think it's so cool. I love it.
Cool. My wife said she wants pink. She wants a pink VR cover.
See, there you go. Yep, I could have probably figured that.
Yeah. So are you gonna be picking up Doom 3 when that hits the Quest?
You think? Freaking amazing,
right?
Dude. I've been jacked for this. This is amazing. And what they're doing, and from what I've talked to with them, it's so freaking cool. And that the mods they're working on to get implemented, I mean, it's this is unbelievable. And running on a Quest 2, man. This is so sick. I cannot wait for this.
Yep. Is this going to be, it's only going to be on Quest 2, right? Is it going to be possible even on the Quest 1? I'm not sure, but I know this footage is from Quest 2.
They think running on the original Quest, but it's a little tough. It's a little maxed out, I'd say.
I mean, the Quest 2 is definitely more powerful,
way higher.
But so this is from Dr. Beef and Baggy G, as they are called. The same. That's what's they called, the Lambda VR or whatever.
Yep, Lambda VR.
Yeah, so they've done a bunch of ports. This isn't the first one, but they talked about that. Really, this is their true passion, is bringing some of these titles, some of these classic games that we all remember playing, bringing them into VR to be able to play in VR, and even just a little bit, just playing Contractors and going into some of them Call of Duty maps. It's such a crazy feeling to remember playing that, but now you're inside of that. So you can remember playing these games on a flat screen, being younger, and now you're inside of that game, actually experiencing it. And it's totally different, but you have like these weird memory things that happen. And it's a really, really cool feeling. And I think this should be done so much more. There's so many good titles that can be brought into VR.
And what I take away from it is, we have these older games that were optimized to run on systems that were so far dated. I'm trying to even think what we were, megabytes on memory. You know what I mean? And that is what is an easy port for these, because they can run on these systems, because these headsets we now wear in our head were comparable to the most stout PCs of that time.
Yeah, back
in
the day,
yeah. So all this lighting and everything that's baked in, that all this stuff was made to run on that. So it is possible to port these over, and I think that is what's such a cool thing. It's just the controls, basically. Yeah. Arthur Knox, cheers.
So he said,
Shadow PC versus Facebook cloud gaming thought. And D3 take my money. Yeah, I think honestly, cloud gaming is going to be massive for VR. Like
in the future,
like completely massive. Like take away all the processing power needed on these headsets, and you're basically down to screens and battery, and streaming to it. It would just be so incredible.
Yeah. I think it is the future. I have not tried Shadow PC yet. I mean, for me, I have a pretty good PC, so I've never tried it. I know we've had some people ask in the Discord about it and stuff, but I personally have never tried Shadow PC. I know some people have had luck with it. I don't know that much about it because I've never had to use it, but I think it is the future. I really do think that that's going to be the future.
I do too. And maybe that's the thought of, Facebook and where they're headed to. Yeah, because they have all their cloud stuff. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that even our next gen Quest could have that implemented into it.
Yeah.
I really don't doubt it. We're getting close.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either. Fluke Rogi said Quest plus side quest equals retro first-person PC gaming machine. It is
right,
cool,
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
But this is they're planning to have this Doom 3 the port out this year, still before the end of the year is what they're hoping.
Right at the end of the year.
Yeah, the way this is going to work is you're going to need to buy Doom 3 on Steam. Right. So you're going to have that game. I think it goes on sale sometimes for like $1.50. So just watch. I think when I checked, it was like $4 or something like that, if I remember right.
If you see it from now to then, just pick it up.
Yeah, just pick it up. And you're going to use the core game files from the Steam build. And then you're going to have to use SideQuest as well to get their mod and everything to make it run on your Quest. And then it'll run natively on your Quest once you get it all on there from SideQuest and everything. But yeah, the lighting, like even this is all gameplay, but they showed some with the high, like the lighting and the reflections and everything. It looked really, really good. So I think a lot of people are going to be excited about playing this game on their Quest too. I think it's going to be awesome.
I am, man. I know. I'm super pumped.
And they had to do some tricks and stuff to get it all running, on the Quest 2. But it's based off of an Android port, and then they added CPU multi-threading, and then Dr. Beef added a new multi-view renderer on top of that. Together, both optimizations, they sped it up by 50%, and they gave the headroom to make this thing run. So they really work some magic, and they've done, if you've played any of their passports, they do some awesome, awesome work. So huge shout out to those guys doing awesome things for the VR community. And you can... I was just going to say real quick, they do this out of the passion, but you can donate to them if you want to on their website. I think it's lambda1vr.com.
Yeah, I think that is right. That sounds right. And actually the let's see, Doom 3 on Humble Bundle right now. So Matt said it in chat, is $1.49.
Nice. Yeah,
for Doom 3.
$1.50.
And the BFG edition is $4.99.
Yeah, but BFG, you can't. That one won't work. You have to have the Doom 3. You can't have the BFG.
Oh yeah, but I thought, can't you still own it? Maybe not. Maybe it won't work at all. Yeah, I would probably just get the original.
Yeah, he said you got to use the Doom 3, the regular Doom 3 edition, not BFG.
So I will probably do that myself after the show. So good call, Matt.
I'm really hoping that we can get the co-op mod. That
dude, that would be so sick. I know. See people asking about the headset stuff. We do need to get in some of that. We probably should roll into some Star Wars stuff because
this is the headset I recommend.
Oh, come on,
Everybody go buy. What did you say, from VCR to VR or something like that?
Yeah, dude. I mean, all I think of is from JVC is VCRs. Like, I don't know why. That's all I can ever think of when I hear JVC.
Yeah, I didn't even know JVC was still around. I had no idea, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, not in the top tier, tech stuff, I wouldn't think. But, I mean, hey, good for them. I mean, maybe they're trying to do something new, and maybe they're going to do something amazing. Hey, I don't know.
All about more headsets coming to VR, but I don't know that I can afford it anymore, so I probably won't be buying this one after I bought the G2. But so this is going to be 120-degree field of view, 2560 by 1440 per eye, dual 5.5-inch LCD panels using Steam VR tracking tethered to a PC, and they don't have their own controller, so you're going to be using either Vive Wands or Index controller or something like that.
Which is fine. That's awesome.
Yeah, this thing's been in development since 2018. So kind of interesting. Not a lot to talk about this headset, but
I mean, cool. But the super high resolution, big wide field of view. I mean,
not bad.
If it lives
not crazy high, but
I mean, it's still high. 120 is still up there. I mean, that's above a G2. That's above a Quest. That's above a Rift. That's the only thing greater basically is Pimax and Index.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of that in the future. I mean, the bad thing is that headsets really resolution wise and everything are growing faster than computer specs can almost keep up with. You know what I mean? Like they can make it almost as high as they want, but what's going to be able to run it? You know, and we still can't get 3080, 3090s. Those have some driver issues with VR, from what I've heard from some people, and so I don't know. But it's cool.
I don't know. I think it could be, but it is considered an XR headset. So, you know, we're going to see probably things like full pass-through and stuff on it. I
wonder if those are all cameras on the top, or are those
I would assume they are.
They might be like the divots, like a Vive. Like a Vive has the divots for the tracking.
I mean, some could be cameras, some could be tracking. Yeah, well, I'm sure 2 maybe for pass-through, maybe at the eye spacing. I don't know. Who knows? Which, speaking of, have you noticed the improvements on the Quest software side? You know, back in the day on the original Quest, the pass-through was like wonky, right? The depth was just so far off. Now it is so on point.
Yeah,
I just, over time, you know, I feel like it's just so good now that I don't even notice that anymore.
Yeah, I did see some people complaining about the pass-through, that it diminished a little bit with the version 23. I don't remember that I've noticed, but my home environment is always the pass-through. But I think it was Purple Mikey was saying that he was noticing some issues with pass-through now. But yeah, I remember the first time, like originally getting the Quest 1 and doing the pass-through, and it was like, whoa, you couldn't even really pick anything up because the depth was so weird.
The depth,
they've made a lot of improvements. Right? Yeah, they've made a lot of improvements in that area for sure.
Yeah.
So you wanted to get into some G2, you said?
No, Star Wars, man.
Oh, Star Wars. Star
Wars, dude. Come on, man. I didn't even want to come onto the show because I was playing it.
Yeah, you were playing it this morning. I do just want to say I'm going to show some of my early footage, just recording through the first time I went into it. So, I mean, it's not much of the footage. It's like before I even get into really much of the shooting parts of it. Sure. So if you haven't played, you might just want to listen for a little bit. But what do you think of Star Wars? Let me know. Tell me what you think. I want to hear what you think.
I freaking love it, man. I mean, I was literally watching Solo, the Han Solo story. What's it called? A Solo story or whatever it is. Solo, I think. I don't know. And it's freaking amazing. And then I played this, you know, right after, and it was just like, you know, to see the Millennium Falcon fly across the screen, to see those things in there and live that experience, it really just gives me goosebumps. Like, it does feel like my dream going to like an amusement park and living in that and getting to experience it.
That's what this is almost, as an amusement park.
It really is. It's like an experience.
Yeah.
And I'm torn because I know you and I talked back and forth. Are you? Cheers. That, you know, about some of the mechanics and the controls. And yes, it's not perfect. And yes, it can be janky in some places. But that experience is so good for me loving Star Wars.
Yeah, if you're a big Star Wars fan, I think definitely it's a go-to. Definitely pickup game.
100%. 100% go-to. It is.
Yeah,
I really think so.
I think a little bit it seems like I mean, it's a lot more focused in this one, I think, on being a first-person shooter. And for me, it's not a very good first-person shooter, to be honest. So that aspect is like, it's okay, you know. But there's other aspects that really kind of wow you. The graphics in the Quest 2 I thought were really good. It looked really good in the Quest 2. Yep. I liked, you know, being on the spaceship in the beginning and going through some stuff. And it's still it's not really an open world game. You know, you're still on rails to an extent. You have a couple paths you can take sometimes to get different places. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty cool game. I never got so far, you know, I haven't got the wow factor that I got from Vader Immortal when Darth Vader walked up in front of me and was standing in front of me. That was one of the moments that I remember, like, holy crap, like that took me back a little bit, you know, and Darth Vader standing there in front of you. So I don't know. I don't know that this game, for me personally, I don't know that this game has lived up to the expectations that I had from seeing the trailers and stuff. I think it's good and I like it and I keep wanting to play it, but it's only about like 2 hours, 3 hours worth of gameplay. I've played probably about an hour, and I haven't been rushing through it. I've been taking a lot of it in and kind of
That's the thing. For me, I'm exploring everything and looking at all this and like just all the mechanics and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in it that I love. Like I'm not going to give away spoilers, but like the stuff when you're on the ship and like the glass starts to crack and you're hearing that, and those things are so cool.
And the character models look really good. The character models look really good. I think like the enemies and the people on the like the bartender and stuff. That stuff is cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, that part is so really sick. Cool. That's what I mean. Like just the story-driven stuff that you get to experience. If you're a Star Wars fan, I highly recommend it. Sean is not. So that is his takeaway. Sean is he's you like the Star Wars stuff, but your experience isn't there, right?
I'm not as hardcore as some people, but I like Star Wars stuff, but I've never. But I mean, like some Star Wars fans are like super hardcore. If you even say anything bad about Star Wars, they want to cut you. You know what I mean? But
so in the beginning, when it said like in a galaxy far, far away, I was waiting for the music drop. Like I was waiting for it, and I'm like, and it wasn't there, and I'm like, like I needed that, like I wanted that so bad, but I'm sure it's licensing stuff, but it gives me all the feels. It really is awesome.
I thought they did some things really cool, like even right here, the multi-tool. I love that little multi-tool. How you can do like the torch, you can do fix stuff, the little electrical fixer, you can do the little wrench thing where you're taking off bolts, like little things like that I really like about the game, and I thought they did really good. There's a lot of little puzzle stuff that you have to do here and there to figure out, which I think they did a good job on. Overall, I mean, there's definitely some janky stuff in it here and there, so I don't feel like I feel like it could use a little bit more polish here and there, but it is a cool game. But one of the things for me that I had trouble with was the weapons. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I always want to dual wield stuff, but then I have to drop one to reload. You got to pull the slide back and stuff. And that gets a little bit weird for me when you're under fire. I feel like there's, you have the two placements. Sometimes I've dropped guns, but I wanted to go back for them. And like, sometimes they're not there.
Like the little ball droids you can throw up to help defend you and do really things. Cool. That's super cool.
I accidentally shot one time. I felt bad.
I like do you hear them? Like when they're chirping like behind you? I love that. Like stuff like that's super cool.
Yeah, I accidentally shot one of mine one time because there was one of the bad ones that I was shooting, and that one scared me, and I shot my own, and I like had an emotional.
The free movement sucks. Yeah, everything's like not great, perfect, but I don't care. Like I'm just so into the game portion of it and the experience that I look past it. I think I don't know.
I mean,
and I'm not like an over the top Star Wars fan. I'm not like a I don't know everything about Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. So for me, it's just like living a movie. I don't know.
I think where this game really shines is especially for the people that are just getting into VR and they are Star Wars fans. I think never experiencing VR before and you like Star Wars and you go into this game, you're probably going to have your mind blown for the most part. Seeing some of this stuff and experiencing it's really cool. It does some things really well, I think, and it does some other things not so well, but I don't know.
Sure. Teleport is junk. Yeah, and you have this little jetpack deal you have to deal with that's kind of unnecessary, doesn't do anything. What's that? What's that on the screen? Why'd you do that?
For anybody on the fence, if they don't know if they want to buy it, maybe they're a little short on funds this month because the world is crazy.
I really want people to play this. I really do. I think it's super cool. It's got very good reviews initially, at least. And I don't know if it's just from all the Star Wars fans, but I freaking love it. I know you were a little bit on the fence about it, Sean, but I highly, highly recommend it if you like Star Wars stuff.
I think if you're a Star Wars fan, I think hands down, I think you should probably buy it. Why not?
Okay.
I think maybe if you're not a big Star Wars fan, I don't know. I mean, it is a fun game, and I want to go back into it. Like it's a game that I think about, and I want to go back into. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't had the time, but
did you try the darts and stuff yet?
Oh yeah. At first I couldn't hit them. Like I was trying to throw them and they were going like, and then I realized you don't throw them. You just kind of aim and then shoot them. So yeah, I got that. But at first I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm like throwing them and they're going all over the place. I'm like, this is not right. But
I know. So, it is. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. But I do want to take a poll, at least from everybody live in chat. Do you think Sean should watch Star Wars movies? Yes or no?
I mean, I haven't watched all of them. So I need to go through and watch all of them, like start to finish. I haven't seen all of them. I need to, yes. Don't tell Paradise Decay. I know he's a huge Star Wars fan. You would freaking
love it. You would love it. I'm telling you, you would love it. Even the old stuff.
I've seen a lot of the old stuff and everything. But I just haven't seen everything all the way through. I never followed, you know what I mean, like all the way through. So
1 through 9. You haven't watched like 1 through 9, and then all the side stuff.
Right,
come on,
right. I got to get my wife into it too. She needs to watch it with me, and I don't think
honestly
she
would love it. Okay, start her at the first movie, which is actually the fourth movie. Yeah, I think
it's confusing because they're not all in order either. So I never know which one came when.
So that would literally wrap her into it because there are bigger female roles than in the 3 or 4, 5, and 6 that came out initially.
I'm getting hated now.
Dude,
I have to call it out. I
have to because like
you need to watch Mandalorian.
That you haven't actually seen it. I haven't seen Mandalorian either. That's what PD's brought up, and I really want to see that because I don't have Disney Plus.
Yeah, I got to go through.
I want to get it for that.
They're talking about this dark winter that's going to happen, so I should have some time to roll through all of them and catch up on every single thing. I should have it all memorized by the time winter time is over.
Skip 1 through 3. Yeah, it's not maybe but I think your wife would love it, Sean. I really do.
She probably doesn't agree. I don't know if she's in chat right now. Oh, she said nope. She said nope.
Come on.
We'll make her a Star Wars fan after all. So let us know who got the Star Wars code too. If you got the Star Wars code in chat, I would love to know who got that. I'm gonna pull it down. But
yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy that because whoever got it, I love it. It's great. Super cool experience. But
I think it's cool.
So I think we need to dive, except I want to go play Star Wars now that I'm thinking about it. I was literally playing it before we came on, but my G2, man, my G2 is literally sitting right beside me. And I have tons of impressions on this thing.
Yeah, we got to get into that a little bit.
From all kinds of standpoints. Yeah, because I don't want to run too long today. I'd love to keep it short today, but I know it's hard for us.
Sorry, what do you? Gamertag said, watch Star Wars or your beard will fall off while you sleep and attack you. After that, who knows? The world is a big place for a new beard on the streets. Man, this thing's getting ridiculous for real. Whoops. Sorry, I just busted everybody's eardrums out by smacking my mic there. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous. I need to get some Christmas ornaments in it, and then maybe it might go away. I don't know yet. But yeah, so I've had the G2 for about a week now. You know, I only played it for a couple hours before the last show, so some of my impressions have changed. You just got your G2. You played. We streamed Contractors, both using our G2 last Thursday.
Yep.
What do you think? Give me your thoughts.
So, okay, here was my, let's call it unboxing experience, right? So I got it, and you're like, come on, let's stream Contractors right away. And I'm like, when I had my Quest 2, I ripped it open to literally get on and play something, to stream and do all that stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I do, and honeymoon time, right? Which I wanted my honeymoon minute with it. You know, I want to experience it for itself.
Sorry.
Right? Exactly. You are turned into a Wookiee. You don't even know what that is. Yes, get out of here. Get out of here. You don't even know. So anyways, can we petition something to get him to watch him? So I really wanted my hands on with it, right? So put it together, all the setup, kind of do it on my own without even asking you, because I know you had some issues getting the software up and going. So I kind of wanted to climb those hurdles myself. And it was a little tougher to set it up than I wish it would have been. Kind of no real explanation on setup, software, anything like that. And I did get it working pretty good, pretty fast, but I did have to ask you how to get it working with Steam. That was the only hurdle, I think. But anyways,
and
that wasn't.
And if you don't know that, you have to download the Windows mixed reality software inside Steam and launch through that is how it's intended to work. But there's no and
it doesn't show up any way to tell you or anything like that. But the native software on Windows worked pretty well. But even that, I didn't know what it was even called, because it's called Mixed Reality Portal.
Right.
I wasn't even finding it really on the PC because I wanted this native, not looking up anything experience. Right. What would it be for a consumer to buy this headset? Right. And I got it up and working. I got the controllers paired. That was super simple, which I do like the controllers. I mean, actually, I really like the look of the controllers because of the light up. It looks super cool that the controllers light up, given it really doesn't do anything for me. I have a VR headset on, but they're really cool to look at.
Yeah, when we were streaming, somebody actually asked if the lights were supposed to be on, or somebody said, can you actually see those lights, or is it just the camera picking them up? So, but it's actually, that's how it tracks those lights that it emits. That is how it tracks.
And the controller feel, it's super well balanced. I mean, I can balance them on 2 fingers. The center weight is awesome. I like how you can set them down. The feel of them is great. They're not heavy. They are light. I kind of like that.
See, some people say they're heavy. I didn't think they were really
heavy. No, I think they're light, actually. I mean, coming from Index
they are
controllers.
running two AA batteries, but...
Right, but even that, which I did order batteries, which I need to talk about too. Anyways, I got it all set up, got it working. I ran the native Windows software. And honestly, the first thing I did, because I'd wanted to do it forever, and I'm a huge fan, I went into Halo Recruit because I've never had a Windows headset and I was never able to try that.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing I did was go into that because I'm like, I've wanted to do this forever. And I tried to do it on, I think, the CV1, and I had it running. It was kind of janky, but I'm like, let's go in there and check this out. And I did, and it was brilliant. It really did look amazing. is no screen door. Like you cannot find a screen door if you're looking for it.
It's really hard to see a screen door. I mean, it's pretty much not there.
And the field of view, I don't care because I'm going into my Quest 2 a lot. So I'm getting used to that lower field of view. So, and OG, we'll get into it here. And I actually didn't mind the field of view for sure. So the only complaint I had was it's just the tracking. Like everything about this headset would be 100%. Like the highest recommendation I could have for a headset if the tracking was on par with an Index or a Quest, if I had that great tracking. Like other than that, I had zero issues, but I did have to turn down the resolution. So I did have to knock that down from the 3800, whatever it was trying to run.
To in Steam, right?
Yeah,
right.
To the 2150 or 2170 or something like that comes up. And it worked great. So, and with Steam stuff, in the native software, it was brilliant. And the tracking was brilliant inside of what it could see. Once it breaks that, it's a little confusing to me. It's a little confusing why they haven't done better placement of the cameras. And I don't know if there isn't really a fix for it. Like there isn't going to be a software fix for this because it's losing vision of the controllers and it's how it's tracked. So unless there is no software that's going to fix that, because when you look away from it and move them, there's no way it knows those placements. So if you take your hands and put them out of sight of the headset and then move them, look back down, they're clicking to it. So when you're doing things down there, it only knows them positionally with the gyro in it.
Right.
So it knows the tilt, it knows the movement, but it doesn't know location. And that's the part.
My issue with it is not so much that it doesn't know what it's doing, because I understand that it's inside out. My problem is when it can't see the controllers and they go shoop way off into the, you know what I mean? That's my biggest problem. That can be fixed with software, because when you use a Quest 2 headset and you hide the controllers from the camera, it doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't completely freak it out to where it goes. I've had them locked to the floor where I can't get them off the floor sometimes, and I've also had them shoot off up into the corners. That's what bothers me the most.
I don't think I've had that happen once. I don't think I've... Maybe I don't think I've had it happen once at all.
Where you see your hand pop up, like even playing Tarzan, I had my hands down to my sides, looking up at the bird, and all of a sudden my hand floated up here in the corner, and I was like, "What?" Once I looked back down, it snapped back. But that's my biggest issue, is that when they do that, that's what I don't.
I don't think I've had it at all once.
So what does yours do when your hands are down by your sides?
They just stay in the location that they were last seen. And that's what I would expect them to do.
See, mine doesn't do that. Mine snaps into crazy positions a lot of times. Like it'll literally, I see my hand float up there. Or like even in Tarzan, if you watch the VR Espresso episode, I showed 2 instances in Tarzan. And the one I was using the punching bag thing, and I went to hit with my right hand, but there was nothing there in game. And I was like, what? So I was looking around for it, and here it was on the floor. And it took a good, 5 seconds to get it to snap back up into place where my actual hand was. And that's the stuff that drives me crazy.
I know. And David made a point that the Rift had those issues the first few months, and I agree.
Yeah,
it did have stuff.
And they fixed it through software.
Yeah, and they could with the accelerometers. I agree. They can do that. But, this isn't new to them. Like, they've had these same camera placements in the old, headsets.
They only had 2. They have 4 now with the addition of the 2 side ones. But
I know, but even if it's just in front, it's still doing that. Like, I feel like these are things they should have seen or could address. But mine's not bad. It's not horrible, but you can definitely tell there's no anticipation when I literally put my hands together, look down at them, turn up, move them apart, and look back down. You see them snap to that location. Yeah. So there is no effort for those controllers to relocate. So I think that's the issues that need worked out. If they could correct that, this would be my 100% go-to headset. It's still probably going to be my go-to headset,
especially for sim.
But I'm going to probably be using these. And this is one of the things I wanted to get away from, because I love the feel of the G2 controllers. I absolutely love them. If they had full tracking, done.
I'm not a big fan of the rings. The rings are too big. I smack them together all the time in shooters, like in Population 1 and stuff. I like the size of the ring better on the
but dude, touch
controllers.
I freaking love this.
Yeah,
this is so unbelievable. I love that they're flexible. Like, I mean, I've broke controllers before. So It's going to take
I wanted to say real quick,
man.
Gamertag said, question for G2 owners. I think natural light is causing issues. I can't confirm, but I'm hoping to lock down this issue. So I have no natural light in the VR room at all. I have blackout curtains, so I never have natural light in here.
I don't
and I've
either.
had issues with stuff
the
for
CV1 had big issues with that for me.
Yeah, but even with G2, I've had issues with a lot of light, a lot of not natural light, but a lot of light, light fixtures in the room, and then not a lot of light. And for me, that's the biggest issue. When my hands are down by my side, which they often are depending on the game I'm playing, I don't want them to pop up into different space. I want them to know the last known location, and I want them to stay in that general area, and I don't want to have to take time to get my hand snapped back off of the floor. Those are the two main issues I've had. Playing Contractors with a gun stock, I honestly think that using a gun stock helps the tracking because it keeps my hands a little bit farther away when my gun's in low ready. It sees them a little bit better. It keeps my hands from being down at my sides. I've had pretty good luck using a gun stock, but the tracking when the cameras can see it is actually really good. Like even occlusion wise, when you have two controllers, that's really good. So the tracking when the cameras can see it is really good. But I do think that the camera placement, I think the camera placement of like the Quest 2 headset is better. You have cameras at each corner. Well, it can see up and around. It can see down some. Like that is a better camera placement.
The most of the time you're doing stuff in VR with your hands are lower. So why do you even need them? I mean, just angle them down even or out.
I think Quest has the better camera placement. That makes more sense. You have so much more volume up in here. So much more volume all around. Insomnia Doodle says, "Happy Virtual Reality Day." Do you guys have any VR related plans for the upcoming holiday season?
I 100% do. Let's see. I will be in Myst because that's coming out close to holiday. I will be spending my time between Christmas and New Year's in VR because we will see so many new people in VR. I love playing with all the new people in VR, getting headsets for the holidays. I will be running around a Christmas tree in Population 1 probably.
Probably.
What about you? What are your plans?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many new games coming out. Just to name a few, Pistol Whip 2089, the new DLC that we've seen, that's coming out December 1st. Warhammer Battle Sister, December 8th. Myst, December 10th. Frostpoint, December 1st. And that's just the ones that I jotted down real quick, and I'm sure there's other stuff too. Carly and the Reaper Man is coming to Quest. Oh man, and we're even getting Resident Evil 4 in 2021 sometime. That's been leaked through that Capcom stuff.
Right. I know.
So I want to get into a little bit of Frostpoint because there's a new trailer out for that, and that's coming soon. We can still talk a little G2. But I was going to ask you, gun to your head, you could only own one headset. What is it going to be? Gun to your head, only one.
Man, I don't know.
Warrior,
it's hard.
OG Warrior really, really wants to know what headset we recommend. He's been asking.
Yeah, but he wants to know a PC headset, and for me, it's probably got to be a Quest because it's the all-around headset. I can do everything on it, everything. I can play the mobile stuff. I can take it with me. I can tether it to a PC. I can stream it from a PC. But there's almost nothing you can't do with it. So I have to. I recommend it to everybody. So that's got to be my go-to.
Head, if I could only have one, it'd be Quest 2 because it's such an easy pick up and play. Like when I don't have a lot of time, I grab the Quest 2 and throw it on, and that's that's just what I use. So Mad Wookie, thank you.
Medal of Honor. Oh
yeah, Medal of Honor's coming soon.
There you go, man. Yeah,
that's my main game that I'm excited for. Most anticipated game right now is Medal of Honor for this year. That's I cannot wait for that. It looks so good. We talked a bunch about that last episode, but yeah, Quest 2 is really good. But I mean, for the people that don't want the Facebook account and all of that, I totally understand that. So PCVR headset, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the G2 is an index killer. I don't think that. I originally thought that for a little while, that it could potentially be an index killer. I don't think it is. I still think the Index is the most premium headset you can buy, but you're going to get a little bit better visuals in the G2, and the lenses in the G2 are better than the Index lenses.
But look, you're still talking cost. You're saving $400.
Right.
That $400 can upgrade you to the top of the line GPU. I mean, you could literally buy basically a 3080. You know what I mean? And the difference that you would have with that, the extra $400 on top of
$700 though.
True. But I'm saying that 400. So that knocks it down to 300 if you're saving that for. So, I mean, it's a balance. It's all in what you want to do and play. I might beg to differ. I still think that the G2 would be my recommended PC headset in hopes that they can fix the tracking.
Yeah.
That's my only, and I think that they will. And I know we'll talk to, you know,
we've been
Joanna
talking to Joanna. We got to message her back about some thoughts and stuff. And we'll find out what they have planned for some updates and stuff. And maybe we can get that stuff to you guys. There's a code here for I Expect You to Die. I'm not sure who got the Star Wars one still.
Super great game.
Oh, yeah. So, but I mean, and the other thing, so you're talking about mixing the index controllers to the G2 headset. And a lot of people are doing that. Yeah. The problem with that is the price. You know, if you don't already have an index, you're spending what, like $1,200 by the time you get 2 base stations, index controllers, and a G2 headset and adapters. I mean, you're spending that's big bucks. So then you're.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard decision.
I actually would like to get away from these. Yeah. That's the problem. Like, I want the G2 controllers. I love the G2 controllers, man.
Yeah.
V-Waters, cheers.
Yeah, thank
you. Cheers. Thank you. Seriously. Much appreciated. Always
Hopefully somebody got that I Expect You to Die code. State of VR just sent one, too, that hasn't come through yet. He said, what do you guys think of the G2 field of view?
You know what? I don't mind it. I actually enjoy it. I like the high resolution over the field of view with it because it's so freaking crispy.
Yeah,
it's so
crispy. The visuals look so good in the G2.
There's nothing I've seen better in a VR headset.
So for me, I've been playing the Quest 2 a lot before getting the G2. So the Quest 2 and the G2 field of view feel very similar to me. I don't notice a big difference. I do think there's room for improvement on that field of view though, because I think if you can get that was the one I just read from State of VR, but I think if you can get a thinner facial interface, I think, you know, if VR cover comes out with one or something like that, and it pushes the lenses closer to your face because there's no adjustment in and out like the Index has.
I know.
I think there is some room to improve that field of view a little bit for sure.
That's what I was telling you. I've mashed that thing on my face, and I don't lose any of the field of view. Like you don't see the chopped edges. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't. So you can tell there's way more room there. I'm ready to just rip the skin off and try it, actually.
Some people, I've seen people do that and just put some foam on there. So Arthur Knox said, Dr. Beef and friends need to work on Metal Gear in VR.
Ooh,
that'd be really good. There's so many titles. I mean, we could do a whole show of just titles that would be amazing to be able to play in VR. And they stay busy. So I'm sure as soon as they get this Doom 3 one done, there's going to be something else. So yeah, it's really cool.
I agree. GT said, would you say MRTV's hype is real for the G2? I think his hype is real. I think he is passionately excited and loves the G2. And I agree. The visuals are amazing. I just think the tracking sucks right now. And it's not that it's worthless. It's just, you know, when we played Contractors, I feel like I'm having to worry about holding my hands out in front of me the whole time. And that's the point. I don't want to have to think about doing something.
And in a first-person shooter game, that could be life or death when your hands aren't where they need to be right away.
I was doing, dude, I went like 1 in 10 or 12.
And we also haven't played that game in a while. And we've been playing so much Population 1. Much different games, so it's a little bit difficult.
I would say 75% was because of tracking. And that's the point where I start to have issues with it. Did I correct it by making sure my hands were out in front of me? In a way, yes. But I don't want to have to think about that.
I don't want to have to do that. I mean, for sim racers and stuff, though, that is going to be the headset for sure.
For regular experiences and stuff and the visuals on it and the future proofing, I think it's an amazing headset. I really do love it. I do. I know it doesn't have the adjustment knob.
Yeah.
The interface is super comfortable. I'm not really a fan of the blackout nose flaps.
Yeah,
but
I'm about to rip those things off.
Used to it.
I like to be able to see my phone and stuff, but
you know, the mic I had to turn down to 60% to make it work good.
Yeah,
and I love the controller balance and the feel of it. Oh, I forgot to send you the picture of it. I wish I could send it to you and you could add it in. But I got these 1.5 volt. Batteries, and because I heard a lot of issues can be with the WMR stuff is that using regular batteries, the voltage drops on it. And the nice thing with it is these are rechargeable, which is super cool because it makes them completely rechargeable. They're one plug in USB, and they literally, here you go.
Have you tried them yet?
I haven't. I just got done charging them. So today or tomorrow through the weekend, I really want to try these. And it's nice because now I have fully rechargeable batteries. And, you know, I saw people doing it with the Quest 2 is knocking out ports in some of them. These ones don't have the side charging port. So these are on the top. So I'm not going to do that, nor do I want to butcher them anyways. But they're really cool. I like how they seem to work. And, it gives me rechargeable 1.5 volt. And something about the voltage drops on the controllers and the Bluetooth doesn't work right with them. So I don't know. We'll see if it makes a difference, but I haven't had the tracking issues that you've had. So I'm kind of fortunate in the fact that maybe I got something that you don't in a headset, because they talked about, I think it was, who was it? Maybe Nathy and maybe Eric had issues maybe, and they thought they were bad headsets. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm hoping not.
Yeah, there's a picture. Yeah, I'm not sure, because
yeah,
that's the main issue I've had with my tracking and it snaps and I lose it and I got to grab my hand off the floor somehow. Real quick, I want to mention Fluke Rogi said, can you check the Star Wars code? People reported that it gave an odd error, not the typical it's been redeemed one. And other people said that they got the it's been redeemed, I thought. So I'm not sure if somebody got that already. We were trying a different way now with the Oculus gifting of codes. So hopefully that works, because that was how we did it. So we got it emailed to us. So hopefully that works. I'm not sure if anybody got that, but
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I just, there's a lot of stuff I love about this headset. So even to go to saying which headset would I recommend for PC? Oh, I'm so torn, because at the moment, I feel like I need to abandon the controllers. If the controllers were perfect, all in. I mean, it would be, I would say it's literally comparable to an Index, except, you're trading off higher resolution for field of view. And I don't know, man. I love it. I love the weight of it. It's lighter than an Index. The controller ergonomics are better than the Index. The resolution is better. You get the Index audio. It's just the tracking.
Yeah, that's my main issue with it too,
that's
honestly.
It. So,
because the visuals are amazing. I mean, the visuals are the best I've ever seen in VR. I mean, it is so clear. It looks so good. But the tracking issues are the main thing. I don't know. I'm having trouble getting over those. And
there's room for higher field of view, because I feel like once we get the VR cover or something, it's going to be even better. I do.
I don't know when that's going to happen. I talked to them a little bit about VR cover for the G2, and they said that's not their main focus right now, the Quest 2 stuff and getting all that out and all of those products that they have in line for that. So hopefully we're going to see a VR cover for the Quest 2. But I have seen people just rip that off of there and literally stick foam where it's like right on your eyeballs, and people have had a good experience with that. I haven't tried that myself, but I don't want to destroy the cover. But yeah, so I don't know.
Jan got 0 caliber. Nice.
Sweet. Well, at least these ones are working.
That's awesome.
So hopefully somebody got the Star Wars. We'll have to, if somebody did get the Star Wars, let us know. A lot of people are in chat and they don't say anything, so maybe somebody got it and they just aren't saying anything. I'm not sure. But
yeah, 0 caliber is still a great game, man. Visually, can't wait for you to check that one out, Dan. Yeah, I really do.
Such a good game. Yeah, I know. Such a good game.
Yeah.
So
no, but yeah, controllers. I didn't even put any of my Mamut stuff on here yet, because I wanted to try it raw. Like, you're like, put your stuff on, try it with a gun stock. I'm like, no.
I do think it tracks better with a gun stock. I had better tracking using a gun stock than I did regular, which was weird.
I would agree. But it's just, one of those things. I really wanted to try how it came, and I like all of it. I do. I like a lot of it. It feels great. It reminds me of a CV1 controller. It really does.
Yeah.
I don't, because of where the placement is of all of it. I just
it feels good. I mean, love the headset. Yeah, I like it, and it works great with the Mamut Apto for sure. If you have one of those, and the DX mounts works great with that. So I don't know.
Right. True.
And I don't know. That's our early impressions, I think, on the G2. We're gonna continue playing with it.
So the bad thing though is now they closed a Microsoft Flight Simulator beta, and I'm like crying because
when does that come out? When are we gonna get that? I almost forgot about that.
I don't know, man, and I really want to see it.
Maybe they're waiting for all these G2, but the bad thing is orders now are getting pushed back into January for G2.
That's where I was going with it.
So there's really a high demand on that headset, which is understandable, especially for Microsoft Flight Simulator and stuff. It's going to look so good in that headset.
And honestly, I was looking at the eBay prices. I mean, we're at $1,000 for these headsets right now.
They're selling for.
So if you think you have issues and don't like the tracking, sell it, because they're going for it. And I get it, man. This headset is the best resolution headset out there, basically, for consumer grade headset. And I love it. I think it's great. And I'm kind of excited to start using it too, because the Index has actually been giving me some serious migraines.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the weight. So now this being lighter, giving me the same feels, the same audio, throw it on, being wired, I'm all in. I love it. I haven't used it on my racing sim yet. That's my next one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you think of that, because you're much more the sim racer guy than I am. So I do want to get your impressions on that. So
I know I do need to go into some X-Plane too. There's so many things I want to play on it now. So it's so cool, and
I can't wait for
my next
Flight Simulator. But so a couple other things real quick. I do want to get into the Frostpoint. This is another multiplayer shooter game that is coming out. What is it? December something.
Yeah, but you know what? My excitement was out the window after I played it the last time. But I'm hoping now they've got some better updates on it. But the gun mechanics to me were not where they need to be.
Right.
So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see the final version, not the beta version.
Right.
Of how that's running, but it is December 1st that it's coming out, so it's pretty soon. This is going to be PC VR only. There's no plans for Quest at this point. Sure. It's a tough space, though. There's so many good multiplayer shooters, especially with Population 1 that has kind of a hold on the market right now when it comes to first-person shooter multiplayer games. So be interested to see how this one does. I do want to check it out. I think it's kind of cool how they have enemies and NPC characters that are enemies in the game mixed in as well. I think that aspect is kind of cool. So you're fighting almost two factions at the same time. I think
the maps are a little big. They take too long to kind of get places. Hopefully they've condensed that maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but so it'll be interesting. I mean, it would be cool to see how it does. And also, I seen a clip from what was that? What was the title that we played, the shooter game on Quest and stuff that we played that didn't have the left-hand track? Now I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, Solaris.
Solaris. I saw a video clip of them waving the offhand, waving both hands. So they have that stuff. It's not in-game yet, I don't think, but they are working on that, so I'm glad for that.
Yeah, that's good.
VR Chat is actually doing some updates here too.
Some subscription stuff. Is that
so it's going to be like a paid subscription. They're doing a couple different things. So let me find this here. So what they're going to do is they said that they've had people asking how they can help support VR Chat. I mean, VR Chat is a massive draw to VR. A lot of people get VR just for VR Chat, and they're talking about doing a $9.99 a month or $100 a year. And this is they're still going to have the free version of VR Chat, so there's no worry about that. It's not going to subscription only. This is going to get you custom user icons, brand new nameplates that everyone gets with VR Chat Plus. You can customize your nameplate with an icon you create, take a picture in VR Chat, upload your own VR Chat website, save up to 64 icons to swap on the fly. You will also get 100 of your favorite avatar slots, so you will always have an avatar ready for any scenario that you want to go into, which is kind of cool.
No, I think this stuff's awesome. As I've said, I love to have stuff to buy in there, not force.
Yeah, and this is free, so I mean, I'm okay with helping support. If for the hardcore VR Chat people, I could see them doing this. You get a supporter badge to show off your status as a VR Chat Plus supporter with a badge on your social profile. Early supporter badge, get in on VR Chat Plus early, and your badge will permanently upgrade to an early supporter version. Increased trust, supporting us will support you. Enjoy a little boost to your trust level. Actively developing new features for VR Chat Plus subscribers like enhanced invite messaging, photo, menu skinning, and more. So kind of cool. I mean, there's some VR Chat is huge. I mean, it's a massive game. You know, so many people play this like nonstop.
It is cool. I love it. I love some of like the DJ stuff and everything. Like I can totally vibe with all that. But just, you know, I'd probably go into shooters. But I mean, okay, speaking of Pop One, I've given them my money for skins and stuff because I love it.
What skins did you buy?
Dude, I bought a bunch of skins. I bought all the Pixel ones. The Pixel because the op, man, I have to have that on my op. It looks so good.
The cool thing is that the skins only last for so long. So if there's a skin you like, I mean, those are almost like exclusives because people that pick up the game later, they never even had an opportunity to get those skins. The only thing is that they should be able to be seen by other players. I think that's weird. But
you can on the body ones, like the hazmat skins and stuff like that, which is cool. But I agree. I wish the gun ones were seen because people would be like, "Whoa, that's like." And in the lobby, you can get guns and people would see them then and stuff. So.
Right. Yep. I agree. I mean, unless you're streaming, for streamers, it's cool because people that are seeing you play, they see them. But
dude, I love seeing them. I love it. I love picking up an AK in different guns because I know what I'm grabbing because of the skins. They don't all blend together. So when I'm switching even in my inventory, it's a little better.
Think about that.
So,
yeah, buddy.
So good. I know. Full motion rig. Yes, please.
Oh, man,
I would.
Cool.
It's my that might be my next one, man. I know.
What were you wanting to tell people about your mats?
The mats yeah, dude. So I just set them up. I'm so jacked for these. I got these mats off Amazon. A 10x10 space, and you can get whatever sizes you want. Basically, these things are freaking amazing.
I've used things like these for a long time, but
I know, but like just for my feet. like alone. It's not just to like locate my space and make it, you know, my boundaries.
You're playing in the basement right now that's not finished yet with a concrete floor, so that you're still working on finishing it. I mean, the bad thing is, you know, we're getting older. Unfortunately, all of us are getting older, not just the old folks like us, but you know,
man, I'm living in VR. Leave me alone.
Right. You were just talking about how it was making your neck hurt, give you a migraine with that wire hanging off the back. Come on now.
Dude, I'm spending like 4 and 5 hour gaming sessions. Like, leave me alone. Like,
but I mean, it really does make a difference though. If you're playing them long sessions, if you have something comfortable to stand on, I always use like right now I'm using like a memory foam mat that I stand on usually for not only to help me locate my space, but just for comfort of long play
interlocking
sessions.
on these and the motion and the jumping around and moving, they do not move. They don't unlock.
I got the ones from Harbor Freight a while back, and I was using like 4 or 5 of them or 6 of them or whatever for that space that I had back at the old house. And those ones didn't stay locked together very well. When you would stand on the creases and move around and stuff, they would come detached. So these ones you're saying stay locked together pretty good, huh?
Yeah, because you can't get the ones that have the square interlockings. They have to be like the puzzle piece ones that hold better. And they just, and on one side they're smooth, one they're textured. So maybe, you know, one's better, less for grip. I put the smooth side down for more friction. They look great. They feel great. Yeah. I can't recommend them.
New people to VR, it's a great way to have some more comfort and locate
easy
your
to
space.
Clean. Yeah. And multi-purpose. Yeah. I use as a yoga mat. And that's what my wife is going to use them for too, is for working out because her treadmill's right here and stuff. So yeah.
I saw Dan Nam said, I know this is a VR channel, but are you guys going to check out Cyberpunk? My Reverb G2 is going to be gathering some dust in a few weeks.
It's the one flat game that I'm interested in.
The only, I mean, that comment caught my eye because I was just watching it, like one of the latest trailers for that, and I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so good. But I don't even, I mean, is it going to be on PC too? Because I guess I can play it on PC. I don't know if it's like console only, or I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it just looks really, really good from the trailer. But yeah, I don't know. That is the one flat game recently that has me like, that looks pretty good.
Play it in big screen because it should be, because Microsoft game. Yeah, you could probably play it in big screen in VR.
Yeah, play it. That would interest me. Man, it looks really good. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I'm down for that. Can we play it together in big screen? We'll put 2 monitors in there.
I can watch it.
Yeah, it will be on PC. Doug Black said, so that's cool.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
that game looks really, really good. It really does. I mean, it's an amazing looking game. So
I know. Yeah, we're into all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's my other one that I've been all week, man. This thing.
You just got that last weekend, right?
I highly recommend it. Please, I wanted to show you guys before we get off here.
That's your new cell phone, right?
My new cell phone. Yeah, exactly. No, it is literally an amazing drone that you can literally 4K, 30 frames.
Fits in a coffee cup.
Dead silent. Fits in a coffee cup. It's so tiny. Can handle up to like 35 mile an hour winds or something. This thing is beast. If you're wanting something fun for the holiday season, I highly recommend picking one up.
How much does that thing cost?
$449, I think is what it is, with remote, basically everything you need minus the memory card. It's great, super fun. I highly recommend picking one up.
So can I get one of those and just in my VR room, like trace out a path where while I'm playing VR, it can just like do some slow motion rolls around me and make it look like real epic, like and stuff?
Probably, as long as you have,
that's what I want.
I mean, as long as you could catch GPS inside, sure.
I move a little bit and it hits me in the face. It sounds awesome.
I actually flew it inside for its first flight. Yeah. So yes, it flies perfect inside.
That thing is cool. That thing is really, really cool. So
somebody said fly it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, I've been flying drones a long time, and I'm probably
ballsy. Man, this could be epically disastrous. There goes the green screen. There goes
this is a horrible outro. I'd have to hook the phone up to it and stuff. I mean, it does actually fly. I'm not going to do this.
Do it.
No, because if I break
everybody excited. Dan Nam said we need a drone live stream.
I'm going to chop my face off or take out a keyboard or a coffee cup or something.
Techno Glitch said $449. You could buy another Quest 2.
This is true. I mean, essentially, I mean,
you could almost buy a G2. Almost.
You can almost buy a G2, but I know. We're into all other kinds of stuff as well. So I wonder, does it
I just got a new camera lens. I just got a new Sigma 30 millimeter something. Or something or other. I'm still learning all this camera tech. Stuff, everything. I'm like, Tyler, what about this? What about this? I'm still learning all this camera tech stuff. So
I bury myself in
Tyler's
all the tech
been doing
stuff
it for a long time.
And I'm not afraid to get into a little bit of everything, truthfully. But
yeah, too many expensive hobbies, that's for sure.
It is. It's too many hobbies, too much VR stuff, man. That's a bad thing. All I want to do now is play VR. Like I could wipe a weekend literally playing VR
easily.
And it's
Are you going to be buying? So I'm guessing you're going to be buying the next chapters for the new Star Wars game. I can tell already that you like it so much that you're going to be buying
100%. Yeah, without a doubt.
Do we know what those are going to be priced? I don't think we do. Do we?
No. I mean, I would maybe hope the same or less, but I mean, we're not going to know that. I mean, man, I don't have GPS though. And it says the gimbal's stuck. Yeah, it has the cover on the front. Dude, I'm gonna take myself out here. You realize that, right?
This could all epically go wrong. I apologize ahead of time.
Well, start it up. Yeah. So it won't go any lower than this because it has a.
It has like sensing of how low it is and stuff.
Yeah, nice. But it flies really well and really stable.
That thing is sick. I want one of those for real. Don't smack yourself in the face.
Yeah, but anyways, this is we should probably end this before I have to go to the hospital here. Yeah, sure. So, yep. Anyways, we do appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me with the wind noise.
It is a little loud, but I can still hear. Gaming science teacher said about how you don't have to register these either, right? Because it's small enough.
You don't. They are. Let's see if I can land this thing here on my desk between my.
I hear it. I even hear the wind noise from the props on the mic. Perfect. Nothing even epically went wrong.
Right. Sure. There you go.
Right,
okay. Anyway.
Yeah, you need to program that thing to go get you more coffee. It just like picks up a coffee cup and flies it over to you. That'd be sweet. I'm down for that.
I'm like shaking. This is like after Pop 1, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully if with all the crazy world stuff going on, I don't know what our trip to Ohio is going to look like for this coming week. But if we do make it back, maybe we can get some sick footage with that thing of us playing VR. Maybe some outdoor Quest 2 stuff or something. I'm totally down for.
Stuff's awesome.
Yeah. So we might be playing with that. We'll do some fun stuff.
Yeah, super cool. Anyways, we're into all kinds of tech stuff, but always VR, man. We love VR. We live in it. We breathe it. We thank you guys so much. How far does it go? It may or may not go 6 miles.
Really? No.
Yep.
What? That's insane. That's pretty cool. You're selling me on this.
Dude, it's insane. It's so sick. I highly recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. DVG, everybody hit that subscribe button for Tyler flying his drone on the show.
I need more coffee now, or less coffee. I don't know which it is. Yeah, we do appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You are family. If you haven't joined the Discord, check out our Twitch. We're going to try and stream some stuff on Twitch as well.
Yep. We've been trying to do some Thursday evening streams of us playing a lot of Population 1 lately because we're so addicted. Also, we try to get out a VR espresso, which is a real quick, short news update for the week, just the highlights of the week. It's like a 3 to 5 minute video every Wednesday night. We try to get that out. So, yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. We got Skiva just showed up. I don't know if he's been here long, but I just saw him. Yeah.
Missed the drone.
6 miles. Yeah, he did miss the drone. But yeah, seriously, thanks.
So small, man.
Yeah,
it's
so
cool. Tiny. Like, I don't even know. Oh, my cell phone's on here, but it's as big as the cell phone, dude. Like, put it in your freaking pocket.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Anyway,
that is sweet.
All right, man. Yeah. We are out. Later, guys. Appreciate it. We will catch you on the next Coffee in VR during the week, live streaming,
or in Population 1.
Population. Oh, dude, let's go play some Pop 1.
Right,
we play Pop 1.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what our plans are yet.
I know.
All right. Seriously, thanks so much, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.
See you back here or see you in VR.
Later
guys. All right, we did just want to thank so much our super chats. I really wanted to do this, but flying a drone, I kind of forgot. South Memphis, cheers for the early super chats, 2 of them. So much love. Rizzle Rock, as always. Alakazam, the double super chats. Arthur Knox, Insomnia Doodles, love the name. Mad Wookie, Maywater, State of VR, Arthur Knox. You guys are freaking amazing. You definitely keep our channel alive. And welcome to the VR family. Guess that's it, guys. We'll catch you on the next.